All right, this is lesson 4.2, which is solving systems of equations by graphing. So, quick review, a system of equations is two equations with potentially one solution. Now, it says potentially here because we're going to talk about it later. Later in the unit, there might not be one solution, okay? So just know that it is potentially one solution. What does it mean to be a solution? It means it's a point that makes both equations true. Again, when I say something like true, it's like 4 equals 4, or like negative 10 equals negative 10. When we substitute them in, they end up making true equations. So example number 1, we're going to graph the following system to find the solution. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to graph equation number 1. The way that I graph this line is I first go to the y-intercept, which is negative 2, plot a point. Then I count my slope, which is 2 over 1. So it'll be up 2, right 1. From this point, up 2, right 1. I'm going to do this several times. You should too. Should always plot several points. Maybe even go here and count backwards a couple times. I'm going to use a straight edge to connect my points. And because this is line number 1, I'm going to go ahead and write 1 right here just to remind myself that that equation is that line. This will be line number 2. You should graph it on your own first by hitting pause and graphing it, then following me. But I'll start at 7. Then I'm going to count my slope. It's a negative 1 over 1, which is down 1 and then right 1. From this point, down 1, right 1. Keep going. That looks pretty good. Use a straight edge to connect my points. And then I'm going to put a number 2 next to this one so that I remember that that's the second equation. Now, what is the solution? The solution is always going to be the intersection. Why? Because this is the one point that would show up in both tables, right? So if I drew a table for equation 1, equation 2, equation 1 would have 2, 2, then 3, 4, then maybe 4, 6. Equation 2 would have the points, how about 2, 5, 3, 4, and then 4, 3. So as you see, this one point comes up in both tables. So what is the solution? The intersection at 3, 4. That's the solution because that's the one point that would make both true. Moving on, example number 2. Okay, now this is the same thing except if we look at these equations, they're not in slope-intercept form. So we're going to find the solution by graphing. All right, equation number 1 is not in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to come over here and do some scratch work. To isolate y, I'm going to move the other term first by subtracting 4x on both sides. I'm left with y equals negative 4x plus 8. Since y is by itself, we're good to go. Equation 2. I'm going to isolate y by first moving the term or constant. So I'll add 6x to both sides. 2y equals 6x plus 2. To isolate y, I'm going to divide by 2 every single term. I'm left with y equals 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. I'm going to rewrite my system. It's very important that you rewrite it. The first equation was y equals negative 4x plus 8. Second equation was y equals 3x plus 1. Now that these are in slope-intercept form, I can graph them. Graph the first one. Go to my y-intercept, and then count my slope, which is a negative 4, which means down 4, right 1. Down 4, right 1, and I'll do this several times. And then I'm going to use a straight edge to connect the points. This is equation 1. Equation 2 has a y-intercept of 1. The slope is 3, which means up 3, right 1. Go ahead and connect the points. This is equation 2. So the solution, because that's what we're actually doing, is the intersection, which is the point 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the solution is 1, 4. Moving on, I'll do the U-turn one. Find the solution to the system. So we're finding the solution by graphing. Okay, so equation 1 is not in slope-intercept form, so we'll rewrite it. 3x plus y equals 7. First, subtract 3x from both sides because I need to move the constant. Y equals negative 3x plus 7. Now I'm going to go ahead and write my new bracket at the same time. Equation 2, 2y minus x equals 0. So I'm actually going to add x to both sides first. X plus 0. Now I divide by 2. Y equals, this will be a 1 over 2x. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So equation 1 has a y-intercept of 7. The slope, negative 3 over 1, which is down 3, right 1. Remember, you can press pause at any time so you can do this work on your own. Second equation, y equals 1/2 x plus 0. So this means that the y-intercept is actually 0. And I count my slope from there. Up 1, right 2. Go ahead and draw my line using a straight edge. This is line 2. This was line 1. And the solution is the intersection. So the solution is 2, 1. Okay. Make sure you go back and re-listen to anything that you were confused about.